What's up, guys? It's me, Tony G, coming to you from a live hotel and casino. This is episode 78 of my vlog. In this episode, we're playing the Sunday night Triple Stacks event. It's a $130 buy-in, 70 max freeze out. Hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go. Real quick, do me a favor, if you guys are new here, hit that like and subscribe buttons. It really helps the channel out a lot. Make sure you hit the bell notification for all the notifications for all my vlogs. And hope you guys enjoy this episode. If you guys are returning subscribers, appreciate you stopping back by. Let's get into this episode. Well, as you guys saw, I did play some video poker at $1 per hand minimum. I actually had it at $3. I meant to hit $5, but for some reason I didn't. And I did hit 4-9, so I got my buy-in already paid for. So we're going to try to get in this tournament and be decently aggressive. I know I say that a lot, and then I revert. But we're going to try to do the best we can tonight. Be a little bit aggressive early on. We're starting with 35,000 in chips. Let's get into the tournament. Okay, in the second level here, I have 5 of hearts, 5 of clubs. I'm on the button. Blinds are 200, 400, 400. Lost a couple dumb hands in the first level, nothing of significance. It gets to me, I throw out a bet of 700 with my pair of 5s, and the small blind calls and the under the gun calls, and we're 3 ways to the flop, which is the king of spades, the 9 of spades, and the queen of hearts. The small blind throws out a bet of 900. The under the gun tanks for 5 to 10 seconds and says it's hard to give this hand up, and mumbled something else I couldn't tell because of the plexiglass. But he folds. I then look at my cards, and with a pair early on in the second level, I decide to call. The turn is the king of clubs. Doesn't do well for me, so I think I'm just going to fold to any bet unless it checks to me. And the small blind throws out a bet of 2,200, and I just have to let it go. Alright, an orbit later, I have the king of hearts, the 9 of hearts. I'm in the small blind. We're still in level 2. Blinds are 200, 400, 400. The button folds it to me. I make it 1,200 to go. The big blind thinks for a second and ultimately calls the 1,200. The under the gun folds, and we are now heads up to the flop. The flop is the 8 of diamonds, the 6 of spades, and the 7 of spades. It actually checks around to the turn. I probably should have bet, but I checked anyway. The turn is the 8 of hearts, pairing the board now. I decided to throw out a bet of 1,200, taking a stab, hoping he's thinking I'm repping the straight, when in fact, I do have a straight draw, but never too confident to get there. He actually calls, and the river is the ace of diamonds. Really doesn't help me out at all, but I do c-bet to 2,200. And the big blind thinks for a minute as he's shuffling his chips, and luckily for us, he folds his hand, and we take down that pot. Alright, it's the third level now. I've bled some chips here and there. I have the King of Diamonds, the Queen of Hearts. I'm in a middle position. Blinds are 300, 600, 600. I call the 600 when it gets around to me. Everyone but the small blind folds, and he makes it 2600 to go, so I do call. We're heads up to the flop, and the flop is pretty decent for us. It's the Ace of Hearts, the 9 of Diamonds, and the 8 of Spades. The small blind throws out a bet of 3200. With the straight draw going, I just decide to go ahead and jam it all in there. And it's about, I think, 10 or 11,000 total that I jammed. The small blind asks for a call. She kind of moves the chips around and tells him the amount. He says, okay, I call. And the board runs out. The Jack of Diamonds giving me the low straight now. And then the wonderful 10 of Spades come. And I have the nuts, and he shows Ace of Spades, Jack of Clubs. And we survive another hand to go. Hanging on my thread. I'm getting terrible hands. Coming back to blinds of 800, 1600, 1600. I only got about 14,000 left. See what we can do. Okay, just after break, I'm in the big blind. I get the Ace of Diamonds, the 10 of Spades. It makes its way around to me after a couple people fold, and I'm deciding whether I want to jam it or not. And after the small blind folds, it looks like it might be heads up, so I just go ahead and jam. And the guy who's been berating people all night, how they played and what's been going on, decides to call and says the following.
You're gonna get that, I promise. No way you don't get that. Cool. Yeah.
So the flop runs out as follows: the 3 of Diamonds, the Ace of Spades, and the Ace of Clubs, the 9 of Hearts, and the King of Diamonds for the rest of the board. And of course he's pissed and flips over King of Spades, Queen of Spades, and the guy next to me says, "He said you were going to get there." Oh, it was funny. Alright, what would be the last hand of my night? I'm in level 9, blinds are 1,000, 2,000, 2,000. I have the King of Hearts, the Queen of Spades. I'm in the big blind. There are 2 calls when it gets around to me, and I decide to go ahead and shove it all in there for about 12,000 effective. We are 3 ways to the flop after the other 2 do call, and the flop is the Ace of Clubs, the Jack of Diamonds, and the 8 of Spades. Obviously, I have no more action. The under the gun bets 4,000, and the cutoff calls. And the turn, again, doesn't help me. It's the 8 of Diamonds. It goes check, check to the river, and the river is the Ace of Hearts. And one of those 2 guys, I think the under the gun, had an ace. And he took down the very large pot. And yeah, we're out of the tournament. I guess better luck next time. And we are out in 25th place out of 42 people. They're paying the top 6. Just terrible night. Better luck next time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, do me a favor. Hit that like and subscribe buttons. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you liked. Let me know what you didn't like. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. And don't forget, it doesn't matter how you're living your life, as long as you're living the felt life.